Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom,
And I am Mike.
and today, Sunday Fun Day. What are we doing today for Sunday Fun Day? This is one I've been looking forward to do. I know we have a few that you guys have suggested, but we're missing a bottle or two on some of them. So whenever we get what we need to do, we'll bring it in. But today's Sunday Fun Day is going to be Maker's Mark, the Keeper's Revenge 2025 version. This comes in at 109.2 proof. We got it for $76.99. Against the hot release that's 2024. That's 111.7 proof. We got it for $74.99. And I really wanted to see which one of these two came out. This was the Rare Character Batch 1 Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Comes in at 113 proof. We got it for $89.99, and everyone around us put this in as like a specialty bottle, and I wasn't impressed with it when we cracked it, and it just hasn't really done anything. So I wanted to see where it would be in this, because this isn't like some of the lotteries.
Typically, they put a lot of the rare characters behind glass and in lotteries. And
everybody raves about it. To me, I was kind of like, yeah, it's okay. But so I'm going to see how it works out today.
Wow.
Against the latest Four Roses single barrel that we have. This comes in at 110.4 proof. We got it for $109.99. And this one is the OBSF store pick. So we just recently cracked that one, and I wanted to see how it would hang against all these other ones. You know what I mean? These are supposed to be 3 LE bottles. You know what I mean? So I wanted to see, because we really liked the Four Roses when it came out. So regular mash mix-up rules. Mike pours them, I'm out of the room. I shuffle them, he's out of the room. We should be drinking the same thing at the same time. You will see what we're drinking. We will guess and make fools of ourselves. But on to glass number 1, because these are usually...
I can tell you, it was a tough time pouring today. I think I spilt every bottle.
Why? These are all good pours.
I don't know.
Human
Especially
error. Just go with
Rare
human
Character. Error. I missed it over the top. I was like,
really? That one? This one was to open it. You should have seen this. There were tools involved. You might see how massacred it is. We had razor blades. He squirted half of it on the table to start with.
It got washed over here again. I'm like, I'm going to need a whole new napkin over here.
So out of the 750 milliliters, we're going to drink like 250 of them. Guess the rest, I got to lick the table to try.
700.
I'll tell you, whatever one is, that was actually pretty good on the first sip. I don't know what that would be. That was actually pretty good. I don't remember not liking any of these. I do remember just not being, like, I wanted to be wowed by this one. I wasn't wowed. So we'll see what happens today. It has been opening for quite some time now.
It is the most expensive one, I believe, too.
I think your Four Roses might be, actually. This is $89.99. This Four Roses, you paid $109. So this will be the most expensive today. But
there's really no nose in one.
I thought there was. I think there's a beautiful flavor in one. As far as it's very viscous. It coats very well. But it doesn't seem hot. Like, it's not drinking hot. Now, all of these are right around 110 proof, and that's the other reason why I put them all together. I figured they're all around the same proof. They're all around a similar price. You know, none of them was outrageous. This was the most expensive, but you can sometimes find these. We got a lot of the other ones for like 70-something, you know, so.
Yeah, I think I was, Rhode Island for that one?
Cappy's, it says on the bottom. I just looked.
I think that was Rhode Island.
And Cappy's has a Rhode Island?
Yeah.
Oh, again, I've never been to one of their stores. I do like the smell of this one.
I was going to say this one's way stronger.
I'm guessing this is one of the Maker's Marks. That's what it's smelling like. Oh, that doesn't make me unhappy at all. That is a nice oaky presence, whichever one that one is. Like, it hit, like, as I was rolling it on my tongue,
almost like a nut to
her. No. You're nut. You are a nut. I don't know. You keep saying nut. I get it. Like, what kind of nut? Like a peanut? There is no peanut.
I never get a peanut. It's more always like a pecan or even an almond, a walnut taste.
I'm not getting the nut in that. I'll go with that, though.
That's like your black licorice.
Oh, that's black licorice. I don't care what you say. That isn't like black licorice, because that is so pronounced. It's crazy. Mm-hmm.
I think I tend to like that one a little bit better.
Not even a question. There was such an oaky presence to that one, and I think it might even
It seems to
have
be.
a little bit more of viscosity. Like
It
I
does
think
seem
it
to be
coated
hanging
it.
around a little
Again,
more.
one kind of gets a bad rep. I say it all the time. We'll see on the way back. But as of right now, I put that slightly ahead myself. I think it brought a lot more flavor to the table. Like
did.
that, it was almost like a fruity caramel in the front of that one. But it was way stronger flavor than what one brought. And one was no slouch. Don't get me wrong. One was very good, but wow, this is actually chocolate. Do you get the chocolate?
I can actually get
This is
that.
like a. I'm getting invaded. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Mm. Did it taste like a chocolate covered cherry when you got it in your mouth? I don't know if that just popped into my head because it smelled like it.
Yeah,
You know when you
I got it like the hint that, to me it was almost like the cocoa powder
okay.
nose.
Yep.
I guess if you open a bag of
Like you know
kisses, or
when
you
you
open
open
a
up.
bag of even
Yeah.
the
See, to me, I
little
think I got the
morsels.
fruit, so I think it jumped in my head from chocolate to chocolate covered cherry. You brought him over that one time. That's what just jumped in my head. I think me and Ryan did him on a channel one time. Well, speaking of Ryan, since he gives me a shout out every day, check out his channel, Jerky's Food Reviews. He and I do food review channels. We have fun over there. When we do it. Mm. Whatever 3 is bringing that like more of a fruity flavor, where 2 brought way more of the oaky flavor. I'm not sure which one I preferred better.
I had like the nutty oak, nut first, oak second.
Yep.
They both seem to hang around the same amount of time. Both noses were pretty good. I think maybe 3's nose might have been a little bit better than 2's, but I edged 3 a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I got them tied, but I was actually leaning towards the oak myself. But we'll see when I put them when we go head to head. Or coming off at 3, will I like it
It's almost
as
like
much?
3 and 4's nose are the same.
Ooh, you think so?
They're close.
The funny thing is I really, other than when we did the review, I haven't gone back. It doesn't look like I haven't gone back, but I haven't gone back and touched any of these. I really haven't. I haven't gone back and touched any of them.
I may have touched one of these makers. I never grabbed Rare Character. I don't think I've ever grabbed that one. And 4 Roses, if anything, I would be one of these, but we couldn't even find that one. It was right in the front, so
That's
this
interesting.
flavor's different.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. That's interesting. Different in a good way or different in a bad way?
I tend to like 3 a little bit better.
Mm. I'm kind of wondering if, because coming off of 3, if it gave like that total different flavor. That's got a little spice to it though. I don't mind that at all. There was a different flavor on the palate. It wasn't just straight caramel. I don't mind that. It's got a little. It's the first one that's actually given me a hug. I'll say that.
It didn't hit me like that, but
like these 3 seem to drink more refined than what 4 just did. 4 just is throwing some elbows. Like I'm getting a little bit of throat action on the way down. Like it's like throwing some elbows on the way down. You know what I mean? But well, there you go. That's the first part of this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cleanse our palate. We'll be back in 1 second.
if I can get up.
All right, so we are back. We're gonna start on the right, work our way left.
I never gave you my little order.
No, I don't think I made an order.
I did.
I wasn't sure what this was. At first, I thought it was something else. I'm gonna have to see on the way through. I'm gonna have to do it.
I'm thinking this is Makers, and this is the Heart series.
Okay, could be.
It's got a great nose.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember you saying you had like a little twinge, or you weren't a fan of this one 100%. So I thought it was this one. Was the other one? Well, I can't do that.
Nope, that was not. This one, I liked. This one made our top 10, in fact. It was the cellar release that had the weird twang of stuff that I did not like. But this one I actually did like. I think this actually was in our top 10. I don't mind, but there is a little twinge of something in there.
But it does finish with an oak.
Yep.
There is something different. There is something different in the middle of this.
There definitely is. I agree with that.
I want to. I'm gonna think this. I'm still thinking this is a Maker's because this nose
I'm
is
almost
jumping.
getting a hint of an oatmeal in this one, which is weird. I don't remember that in any of these. I say true to most of the whiskeys we drink, starting with this one, because that's what we do. We start, go one way and come back. This was way better than coming off of 3.
Oh, it's
you know what I mean? This is solid on its own.
It is.
Coming off of 3, it felt inferior in all ways. But so when we go back, it might do that same thing. But I'm just saying, starting off with this, I don't unlike this in any way. I think it's one of these two myself. That's my personal opinion. Just off the first guess. And I'm leaning a little bit towards this one. But I will switch them in a minute. I'm going to go through. Because this is thick and luscious. This has got to be a Maker's. That's my personal opinion on this one. I lost the fruit.
I think this one's the.
I lost the fruit. I don't remember which one was the
fruity
fruity one.
Those
I don't remember which one was the fruity one.
Guesses on my part anyhow. And I think lately, if I get 2, I'm doing good. And I think the last couple of times,
I like this. I still get a hint of the chocolate, but it's almost like a Rolo now. I'm getting like a chocolate and a caramel. Just a hint of the chocolate. Yeah, no, I know you're the friend. I know you're singing the song. You can't help but sing the song.
I like Rolos, actually.
I like them better frozen. Then they turn into like a hard candy.
They're definitely a hard candy.
No, I like it that way.
But we're not going to.
This drink
would be so hard to figure out who your father is.
Yeah, I know. This drink's softer than 4. That's so mean. And then, but it has more flavor than 4.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But it has a pretty good nose.
Yep.
It's still tasty. It's just a little bit different taste.
Yeah.
That's why I think the 2 Makers are on the end.
Mm-hmm. I may massacre what is what. Oh, I like that a lot, though, man.
I think it's. I do like it better than.
It has a great viscosity too. That's the thing with it. It doesn't drink hot at all. It almost drinks refined, whatever that is. Like it drinks.
4 wasn't.
Let me see. This
wasn't crazy either.
This was the. I don't remember which one I thought. I think this I thought was fruitier. So I'm leaning towards that one right now. Right now, I'm kind of leaning towards this. Is what I'm thinking, but. Don't quote me.
I do have 4 roses for 1.
Okay, that's what I'm leaning towards.
And I got these 2 switched, I think.
I'm going to see. I'm going to go on to 2 now. Again, it doesn't matter what we think the bottles are.
It doesn't. But I always remember like Makers being right out there with the most predominant, right next to a Weller. Maker's nose is usually right there.
This is banging out of the glass. No,
it's more caramel-esque though.
It is.
So
it is.
It's just. That one, those tend to have like almost like you said, the whole oatmeal muddle mixture.
Mm-hmm.
It does. This is very caramel-esque, yes.
Oh no, that's got to be a Maker's, and whatever that is, it's absolutely spectacular. It has that right before you go to swallow.
I see.
It nails you with like this whole infusion of flavor where it's almost like a
nut to an oak.
I don't know about your nut. I'm not getting your nut. And I literally just ate nuts before I did this one. But hold on.
You did actually.
Let me try it. I'm not getting.
I guess it's not an almond.
It's not an almond. I can tell you that. Thank you, Phil. I just had a handful of them, and they're delicious, by the way.
They are very good.
No, they
Thank you.
But it's not bringing the nut. But there is. Let me try to see if I can distinguish. But it goes from a caramel to just a beautiful oak. As you're rolling,
I'm not even sure if I don't like that one a little bit better.
I agree with you because that's what I was leaning towards. It almost brings me to a French oak, and I don't remember which one I ever said that on, but it's bringing like a sweet oaky flavor that I absolutely love. And I'm sliding that slightly ahead. I agree with that.
That's funny.
That one has one of the best viscosities out of all of
can't
them.
probably describe our stuff the same.
We're
but
totally
the end
opposite.
result
Yeah.
ends up looking. If I look over, then it's funny because our bottles almost look.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a rye or a malt, sometimes we're off there. But when it comes to stuff like this,
like opposite tasting notes. Neither one of us are tasting the same thing. You'd think we'd have some kind of a same thing since we grew up together, but no.
Yeah.
See, there's nothing wrong with this nose either, though.
See, it's fruitier to me.
Fruity.
It's a sugary fruit kind of.
Okay.
Actually, this would be one of when you open a dried fruit bag, it's like the puff of not so much just the powdered sugar. It's kind of like the candy type fruity sugar.
Oh, that's got a little spice to it too. I want to stress, as much as I shit on this one, I don't know which one it might be.
This one
but
does. Hold on.
This has a little bit of a little bit almost elbows. It's a little spiky compared to the other ones we just drank.
I'm with you.
But I will say, there's not a bad one on the table. You know what I mean? These are all very good.
Yeah, by yourself, you'd be.
Yep.
This is
Whistle and Dixie on its own.
Got to say that too. But I thought I used it too much.
Okay.
So I didn't want to go there.
No,
but it was it is very tasty. And would I be sad with it? No.
No, I wouldn't be sad with any
Honestly,
of these.
we don't really. Well, you may with Steve more and I do if people come over at the house. But if I'm just gonna sit and chill, I don't usually bounce around from bottle to bottle. Because I end up with a better. I do a bigger pour and then I just sit and.
Yeah, no, I bounce all over the place. I do little pours and especially when Steve comes over, we try.
I know when Steve does,
yeah. Or Jimmy wants to come out too, and I do the same thing with him.
Same when the Irish boys come, it's like whatever you guys want.
That's the fun of having a whiskey collection because when someone does come over, this is all shit they can't try.
It's not open.
Then
open it.
Get it in.
Really?
I really like 1, 2.
I don't think it's hanging. It may be close to 4.
Well, that's exactly what I have. I have these two back, these two up. There's not even a doubt. I don't know which one I like better. We're going to have to knick-knacking on that. So let us take 1 second. We'll finalize our order. What have you got?
You may have to get this.
I'm good. All right, so we are back. And I got to be honest with you. This is easily the hottest one we have ever done so far. It is definitely the longest one. And it is the first time we do not agree on one single bottle. So it doesn't matter what we think the bottles are. I actually think it's Four Roses, the Heart Release, the Keepers, and it's 100% guess, and then the Rare Character on the end.
These two could be interchanged. I don't know. I kind of in the same lineup as him, but it's
all right. It's 100% guess on what we think it is. We don't agree. I'm going to go off of what his is, and I'm going to throw a lot of numbers at you guys, and hopefully I don't screw it up as I'm going along. But the difference being is whatever, I will say this, whatever 2 and 3 are, were better than 1 and 4.
I'll agree, but again, not by a hair of a chin.
All 4 are great bottles by themselves.
They were, you would not be disappointed with any one of these if you just sat down.
And I will say different things, because I could say 1 was the most aggressive, and I liked it a lot. 4 had like an oatmeal nut flavor that was actually very delicious.
Which I took towards, I think I liked that a little bit more than the aggression today for whatever reason.
Right. 2 was the oakiest out of all of them. I think it was like a dark caramel oak. Mm-hmm. And 1 had a fruit. It was almost a chocolate-covered cherry with a caramel and an oak. So that's why I went with it. But it doesn't matter which is which. They all had their own standout, delicious flavors. So I'll be curious to see what is what. And we're going to do it right now.
It will be funny.
So your last place glass, which was my third place glass, what was in glass number 1, and it's what you put in glass number 2.
2 was Four Roses.
4 Roses. All right. So I'm 1 for 1 on that one. And again, it was so good, and it almost brought a rye spice in the middle of that.
It does definitely have a kick of a rye, and it does have like an Ezra run.
Hence why he probably kind of went off. It is delicious in its own right, but it was the most aggressive out of them all. It had
out of the 3 today,
spice.
it didn't blend in as well.
Yeah. No, I hear you. That was, again, your 4th, my 3rd. We're in the same ballpark anyway. So
yeah.
The next one was your 3rd place glass, which is my 4th place glass, which was in glass number 4, and it's what you put in glass number 3.
3 was rare character.
Rare character. All right, I'm 2 for 2. So on this one,
We're
and-
2 for 2.
oh, you had that one too?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'm just merely speaking on my. I don't know what you did. You say it, I don't listen. I apologize. So the thing with the rare character, it really does bring like an oatmeal pecan flavor, and it was very good. And for the proof, it drank way softer than what that one is.
And
It just
wicked nut. Oak end.
No, I agree. It did have a nut. It just, the ride was something I wasn't a huge fan of. And I said that when I cracked it, I stand by it. It just,
agreed. You did.
It kind of breaks when you're drinking it, and that's kind of what throws me.
It might be, I don't know what it is for you, but I mean, go ahead. It was good for me.
No, I hear you. It's not, and again, it's not bad. I could crush this bottle. It is very good by itself, but putting it up against other stuff, it has when you drink it, I'm like, what is that flavor? You know,
it did give a little ride though. So
yeah,
that was
that is that oatmeal nut that we got in the middle. So, all right. So your first place glass, which is my second place glass. Okay, sorry.
I was gonna say
I'll go with your second place glass, which was my first place glass because I was doing it on yours. Is what is in glass number 3, and it's what you put in glass number 4.
Keeper's Release.
Keepers. So
that's 2025.
That was last year's or this year's?
This year's. 2025.
This year's. And that has like a chocolate covered cherry that ran into a caramel, that ran into an oak. That is absolutely that was my favorite because that was the best ride to me on the day. And the oakiest bugger out of all of them is my second place in your first place,
right? Which
is the Hearts release on there, and it says chocolate right on it. It is dark. It is rich. It is absolutely luscious on there. So, you know, again, this was actually probably one of our hardest ones. It was one of the few times we don't agree. We are seriously nitpicking on all of these. I would recommend
right here, half hour.
No, this is easily the longest Sunday Funday we ever did.
Because lucky, but
it'll be the same time for you guys. But again, you can leave your comments down below. I was curious to see whether, and I do actually like this year's better than last year's. And last year's was an absolute banger. But when I can tell you, these two were stand above these two. Not even a question. No. The makers both were luscious and thick and rich and at a lower proof, but they drank better.
With more flavor. They have a variety pack of flavor the whole time. So
yeah.
And this one did have a kick?
No, 100%. I mean, these are 4 distinct bottles. They tasted totally different, even though these two are makers, not even in the same ballpark. Nope. But boy, this was
I enjoyed one better than the other. So
any given day, it wouldn't.
But again, we definitely did have 3 and 4 back. I mean, 1 and 4 back. Spit it out, Mike. I'm looking at them.
Yeah. But honestly, I thought this was going to fall way off. It did not. It has a twang to me, which did bring it to my end, but it's a twang you ended up liking.
It was a nutty twang. It had a nice little ride, and you went for the aggression. So, I did. I mean, it's a catch-22 on. Not that I never liked the aggression. I do. It's just today it kind of fit the profile of these.
There is no bad answer in this one. All I'm saying is with this 4 banging bottles, all sub 100. Well, this one was a little bit over, but you could find them.
It was a state.
You could sometimes find them under 100 and stuff like that. So I really wanted to see what it was, and you guys have spoke on both of these. I was curious to see which makers won out, and would they win out against 2 other bangers? And you know what? Yes, they will. That's all there is to it.
Definitely, yes, they will. And it ended up being a tie. You liked one, I liked the other. So
no, right? It's a preference profile. That's all there is to it.
If you can see one, I guess that's a pick.
Yes, yeah.
And then that's a great vacation.
If you see anything with the red wax,
vacation.
If you see anything with the red wax, you're not going to go wrong. We've yet to hate.
You didn't like that wax.
No, well, this is different. This is actually illegal because I think they copyrighted the red wax. I don't even know how they got away with this one, but
there's a few other people that
you can't peel it and you have to cut it. So that's wrong.
They didn't do it as well.
No, they definitely didn't do it as well. Well, there you go. That's Sunday Funny. If you want to see a future Sunday Funny, again, we have a couple of you guys that suggested stuff,
and we love the list.
Mike drank them all. I can't help you on that one. Okay, It might have been me. But there's a couple bottles I do have to get and try to do it. But if you do want to see a future Sunday Funny, leave a comment down below. We love to hear suggestions. That being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more.
Cheers.
Mhm.